Okay.
What you looking at?
Is this a continuation? Not really.
It's a wrap up.
But wrap
Yeah,
up. Okay. Where'd you get your necklace?
I got it at a children's shop across from McMullen. I made it for Noemi.
Oh, you got it at that place. And you have to make them there?
Dottie Doolittle. I made it. I picked out the charms because she likes
I love it.
So this is
okay.
the necklace. I got it from Dottie Doolittle, and I chose a bear, donut, bananas, best friends forever. Oh, and this one.
So we're going to segue into this then.
Yeah.
Like, this is how I'm thinking. But I can dress your age.
Yeah, I mean.
Are you a 2-year-old? Exactly.
That's
And
right.
you're not, right?
Right.
Okay. So this conversation today is, what does it mean to dress your age? And rather than tackle it on what does it mean to dress your age, what we're going to keep getting to is, what do you mean when you say, should I, could I, why wouldn't I dress my age, right? Like, this is what we're going to get to, is what is it that you are really saying when you make that comment?
All right.
We heard this in the dressing room.
We did hear it in the dressing room and the DMs. I get this a lot. Do you think this is appropriate for me, or I can't wear that? Yeah.
And really, in absence of knowing you, it's impossible to answer it. And so what we find is dressing your age usually gets rocked for a lot of people when they can't connect the why to what they're doing. Right? So why are you wearing that necklace right now, today, with this why?
So I made it for my daughter, but it's nostalgic because I had one of these when I was younger, and I'm wearing it right now because I wanted some ironing.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a suit. I felt a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
It's not devoid of color, but it was like a blank slate. And I thought, I really need a pop of something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need a red shoe or red scarf. I just needed something that like shows a little bit more of my colorfulness.
Exactly. And so, and guys, this is all off the cuff. This is how we talk, right? You know that.
Our memories couldn't resist that.
Not at all. And I think that what is important here is, when you just went through all that, if I or anyone had come up to you and said, oh, like, I don't like that, it truly would go, I mean, first of all, it would separate me into a bucket. Like, who the fuck does that, right? But the second thing is, we do know people who do it.
Yeah.
And we're not dismissing them. If we assume that they do it with positive intent, sometimes they can't help themselves. Sometimes they really don't like it, and they are under the illusionment that their opinion should be voiced.
Yes.
And
it's a projection of what they
are feeling.
Feel.
Sometimes what they're really saying is, I could never get away with that.
Yeah.
I couldn't get away with that. But no matter what, when you know the why, you actually get to step back and run through that criteria in your head. And what happens is, what doesn't happen is, you don't feel threatened.
No.
You don't feel anything other than, it's an observation. It's like you have observations in your head. You don't feel bad.
I feel good. I feel like, yeah, I just told somebody, I shared with them.
Yeah.
Not my why, but like a part of me.
And you got to, and you were doing something different, right? That was really grounded. And so that leads next to one of the things about, I think, what people are saying when they say, is it age appropriate, is when things tend to feel the least age appropriate is when they are a trend. But we know that there are two types of trends out there. When someone says, oh, this is a trend, and like, please let it die, or it will come and go. That's one thing, right? And if you're saying that, it's usually because that trend holds no why for you, right? So I can appreciate the trend for like super micro shorts right now.
Right. I love seeing them on.
I know, I do. And so like, I don't have a wish for it to die, but it's not a trend that I will adopt. I'm very uncomfortable getting the attention that would give me.
Here.
I
You're like,
I don't like my legs. Number two, my problem, right? Not yours.
yeah.
So it's not about age appropriateness or anything, but like, I mean, if I were dropping my kids off at school in micro shorts, like, you know, I'd be like, I want you to focus on little Johnny going into first grade.
I'd be focusing on those cheeks. I'd be like,
right. And if that's your thing, I mean, listen, it takes all types of people, right?
Right.
there are people that become movie stars. I could never be a movie star. Like, it's just,
Are you sure?
I'm way too self-conscious for that. No, I would never be able to act.
Okay.
I feel
like you could a little. But you produce, because I feel like you love movies so much, you'd be on the back end of it.
I could produce it and I can talk about it if I really believe in it. But if you gave me a script that was like, you had me at hello, like, no.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Thank you for that. And see.
Next. You
get her out.
So, do you want to dive into some outfits here? Because we were using Sloan as a little bit of a dress-up doll today, because what we're going to do is kind of focus this conversation in a way that might not be expected, but it's still going to drill home the same message. We're going to focus it on dressing your age, but from the perspective of someone who is in the Gen Z category, right? They are under the age of 30. And so we're going to focus it on Sloan.
Before we do, I just want to know, because
outfit check.
Yeah. Can you give me a fit check?
Okay.
All right. So this is techie wool. Techie bonded.
Have you done this? It's fabric and paper coating. We have done this fabric before in a style that was dropped. It was in an oversized Liam at the time. It was paper. It's expensive. It's a very interesting treatment that has to be applied on a beautiful European fabric. And this was like, I think in 2017 or so, we just couldn't justify it. And it actually, at the time, we couldn't justify it. It became my favorite jacket. It was one that, like, every time I wore it, people were like, why didn't you make that jacket? And Tracy and I got one. Good for us, but no one else did. So we brought back the fabric.
Right.
So
but in a new body.
In new bodies.
Yeah.
So you can tell that the coating has a sound to it.
Sounds like a raincoat almost.
Sounds like a raincoat, but not as heavy or as unbreathable as a raincoat.
Right.
It sounds like our sporty nylons, but it is not a sporty nylon. It has structure to it and interest. And this one, I'm wearing the size small.
It's a soft structure almost.
Yeah, it's a car coat length. And we did this length, so it's hitting like at the, just under my fingertips here, and I'm just under 5'5". But we did it at a length that, like, if you were in an office that had some air conditioning, you're not totally, like, crazy wearing it, but it is meant to be
worn,
headed outside, right?
Yeah.
And it can up here you can see you've got the moto crossing jacket lock details that we've got heavily in the collection. So this is like giving it a bit of a finer point and interest. And then you've got the details here that can let you cinch this up in a couple different ways if you want, right? So you can give it.
So I feel like this is that raglan. It kind of fits like most of our cargos, right? Easy in the shoulder, engineered to fit, slightly oversized because you want to put a sweater if you want to under it. It's not supposed to fit close to the body.
Yeah, you guys know how we feel about a lot of jackets that are made specifically for outdoor, yet specifically do not allow you to wear underneath them.
They fit like this.
Yes. Which is why, and I'm just going to warn you, and this is not about shade, but it's understanding your whys. It is why when you buy the classic vintage Burberry trench coat
with the darts and the seams.
Yes.
And the belt.
You think you're going to be Audrey Hepburn running around at the end of Breakfast at Tiffany's looking for her cat in the rain, but Audrey ran out in the rain to find that cat, and she was wearing nothing underneath it. So unless you are running in the rain looking for a lost animal
or man,
or you're surprising your partner when you get home at night, you likely have shit that's got to go under that jacket.
Yes.
And so it makes it uptight, it makes it unfunctional, and you don't feel like yourself.
Okay.
And you might say, if you're younger, you might say, I feel old.
Yeah.
I feel mature, right?
Yeah.
And if you are older, you may say, I feel old. I feel mature. What you feel is impractical. You feel impractical. Yeah. It never worked. It doesn't, I mean, yes, it's under those other circumstances. Okay, so the other thing is, this is Mirror. Is that the name of it?
Yeah,
Mirror
This is the Mirror pinstripe. Yeah.
So we love this. I love shirts that are made in like a tropical wool here.
Like a 12 mower, right?
Yes.
What'd you say?
I don't think it's a 12 more. I think it's an 8.
Okay.
8. I think it's like July, right? You're not like, I want to slip on that high neck.
Right.
Right. But I think it's a,
But you could unbutton to here.
If I turned it around.
Yeah. That Darian at St. Simon's, boy. She's been wearing it like open and on the island.
Well,
open.
okay. So I would say on St. Simon's Island, going to the movie theater, t-shirt, jeans, I would wear this turned around, open, and it becomes like a shacket.
Don't say that.
I hate that. I know. Fucking hate that word. Speaking of trends, but a trend that stuck.
It makes sense because it is a shirt and a jacket. Fair.
It made sense.
Like a
right?
blouse.
It made sense.
You don't like that?
What's the blouse?
A shirt, a skirt blouse. I made that up. Okay, fine. Bye.
It's not a thing. Okay. I'm going to rule you out on that one. Okay. So I love this, and I love the head to toe that it gives with the skirt.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wearing a small? I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're wearing a small.
Small. I could wear an extra small, but I like the small.
Yep.
You've
tucked it into the skirt, so it kind of looks like one-piece dressing.
Yeah,
like a
but
dress
this is
top.
where it would hit. It's got a little bit of a side slip, but not too much. Okay.
Yeah.
So I am wearing it with the trouser skirt. Tracy's trouser skirt here is friggin' genius.
Oh my gosh.
So you'll see that it's got this beautiful suit lining, that little strippy piece.
Yeah.
And it has got this, and it has got a gravitas to it. It's got a weight to it.
So you've seen something like inside of your suiting.
Yeah. So this can literally, it buttons in to the hemline of the slip. It is heavier than lining, so I don't want to call it lining.
Yeah.
It's got more weight than lining. We tried to use lining, but it was too flimsy. So this can button in. I am purposely not buttoning it all the way, but I can. But I like the way that it is dragging here.
Yep.
And giving interest. Son, can I see? I'll take the whole dress there to show that.
It gives you versatility.
So we also, I'm going to show this to you in the dress format. So this is the slip dress. And we also, when you order the skirt, it comes with a self version as well. So that you can have it just be clean and simple. So you can see here, I could have just done.
Yep. Navy on navy.
Made it all navy.
Right. Yep.
And then this is an option as well. So this is just about having options.
Yeah.
And I think Sloan, our young Emir, said that she absolutely would wear those. Now, if you'll come out, I'm going to start this conversation this way first. People, you're going to understand the why. You're going to relate it to yourself. And then, in some cases, you're going to keep it to yourself. And here's what I mean by that. No, but here's what I mean by that. After last week's show, and I'm just going to use this as an example. It's certainly not the only one. But like someone got very enthusiastic about how much they disliked the color brown, right? And they needed to get it out of their system. They needed to write it in the feed, like
every shade or like a specific.
It was
like
our brown with the banana yellow.
Well, our brown, you look like shit in the brown, and then I really hate it with
like poop brown.
like she just couldn't stop herself, guys, right? Okay, and that happened. And number one, we know that like I actually in this case wrote back in the Instagram feed, that's fine for you. And I did it that way just to really be as illustrative as possible, as in that I did mean that. It is fine for you. And so we know that we are all individuals. We know that we have different perceptions of different colors, different fabrics based on where we grew up, what our skin tone is, what we like, what we don't like, etc. Now, in the future, I will say when people do write that stuff, I love a quote from my friend in Texas who wrote to me one time when I left something nasty up in the comment feed on my Instagram. And she said, "Why didn't you take it off?" And I said, "Well, I thought I was being honest by keeping it out there." And she said, "First of all, if a dog walks into your house and shits in the middle of your living room, you clean it up. Clean that shit up." And she was right about that. And then the number 2 thing that I feel very strongly about is that we have worked very hard here to create an environment that shows our intention and our way of thinking, right? And our way of thinking is that you do you, I do me. Here, we talk about creative pragmatism. So if you want to go like all super you somewhere else, if you're going to go all like slim with thigh-high boots, like, to be honest, right, you work with Tiffy. And so you're not going to be doing that here. But on your own, slim.com, do your thing, right? It's whatever. But the point is, I'm going to delete it. We will clean that shit up. And because to not clean it up goes against our principles. We want to work with people who share our same mindset, first and foremost, and then you know the other 2. Okay. Dressing your, do you want to talk about your size real quick?
Yeah. So I'm wearing the Liam, and I'm wearing it in large, which is our largest offering, and it's engineered to be oversized. I can button it here. You have this extra. If you're wanting to button, just move it over. I'm wearing the Scotty, which I love and I've always loved, but now tropical wool, it's really good. And and the extra large fine gauge rib. So it has a lot of give here. You can see that, but it's supposed to fit close to the body. Scotty is straight with a little drape, and I'm wearing it with a heel. I really love it.
Love it. And you are 5.
I'm like just under 5'8".
5'8", right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and remember, you guys, we tell a lot of people, Liam, you buy based on your height.
Yeah.
And I would say that if you were 5'3" or so, and your size,
I took a medium.
go down. Exactly. Go down.
So, and this is where it fits me. People say that, oh, it's long. We have super long facings, so I like to cuff it up, but it's longer is better because you have more options versus like having it too short. I hate seeing a guy at dinner with the too short sleeves. And it's like, I know you just got to New York and you just got that job, but please get a suit fit.
This guy at Suit Supply was trying to sell Charlie on the fact that like the sleeve should in here, and I was like,
no. And you're like,
don't do
like,
that.
I know better.
But we did do the double facing here. PL, you know who you are. Thank you for calling us out. We had stopped doing it at some point.
It's okay.
And it was funny from a design technical standpoint. I was like, Tracy, why did you stop doing the double
Cost?
The cost? No, it wasn't due to cost. Tracy felt that it made the bottom half of the jacket a little heavier than the top half. And I was like, maybe a little bit, right? That's a trade-off, but the benefit to being able to fold this up
And not see the lining.
and not look sloppy is it
right.
really keeps it very refined. And that not looking sloppy thing is key here because when you talk about dressing your age, what you're really getting at is when do you feel comfortable and when do you not feel comfortable? And when you get down to the fact that the reason why you feel comfortable with this being double-faced here is because this already has all the ease built into it. And if you start pulling it way up high and having the lining show, then it starts to feel sloppy. And then you may think like, well, that sloppiness or that ease, like that's kind of like where I was struggling in my early 20s. I don't want to go back there. And so I can't do an oversized blazer.
Right. But you
Yes, you can
Yeah, you
at all ages. What you want to do though is keep it in your wheelhouse. And in your wheelhouse is you are a professional businesswoman and you want to have things that have quality.
Yeah, and this makes a difference. Having that skin, big slim skin, back to the book, it just adds.
And the holy grail here though, for me, is that Sloan, at your, how old are you, son?
24.
At 24, having this does not make you old and mature like you.
And I'm not 24.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make you old and mature. So when you can find pieces of clothing that still can allow you to live in the moment that you're in, go to this moment and go to, because we've got 3 different decades here, right? And so,
I've done clubbing in my Liam blazer before.
of course you have.
I thought she was touching me. I was like, we have not gone clubbing. But I would go clubbing with you.
I
And I would probably take mine off because I'm like, show that skin, baby.
in my Liam blazer.
Okay, very quickly. You would take yours off and show that skin.
Yeah.
And you would not. And this is, you are more conservative this way and you are not. This is not about age again, and it's not about age appropriateness. It's about your style. And so if you were to turn 50 and all of a sudden start showing that skin, I would say we're probably having a little
Yeah,
bit of a
something.
meltdown.
Mhm.
There's some,
Midline,
you
a
got some
crisis.
issues happening, right? And if you were to start really going to the club all buttoned up,
Because I'm
I would
older.
say that you're having a crisis.
Right.
And it's a crisis of moving outside of yourself rather than being age appropriate.
Yeah.
Don't focus on the age. Try and like dig deeper into why these things are bothering you.
You're so right.
It is, right?
Yeah.
She's wearing brown.
I'm wearing brown.
Let the comments begin. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to put Sloan here in a few different permutations. This one I wanted Sloan to start out with because I love this look
Mhm.
for you right now.
Mhm.
And it nostalgically really reminds me of, I grew up, my big style time was in the 90s. Ally McBeal was on, if you know what that is, that it was like Ally McBeal, Melrose Place, all of these shows back then. But Ally McBeal was a young lawyer in a big law firm, and she always wore these mini skirt suits, right? So that really informed me for what I was going to be when I was going out into the workforce.
Mhm.
So when I was at American Express in New York, this was something that was like straight up. I had so many, like I had a matching jacket to this.
Mhm.
I had 3 or 4 suits
Mhm.
that were in this vibe. And so what I want to show here is what is the one that we were going to do next? Which one? After this? Okay, no. So what I want to do is show you, like, obviously this is something that is very comfortable seeing you in,
Mhm.
right? This is like if you were going,
Fingertip, more than fingertip, I would wear this. Like at Tibby's, I would wear this to the office.
you'd wear it at Tibby.
Tracy would like it, I think.
Yeah, you'd wear it to a job in advertising. I think you'd wear it to a job in banking. You're good, right? And so what I want to do is, can I now see this pushed into like a way that you would get a lot of wearability out of this skirt and how you would wear it on a weekend?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more.
Why didn't let you go before I talk to you?
I'm gonna just, I was gonna change into something else.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So it's funny that Amy was talking about dressing for your age because I feel like I remember my sister getting a job. She was, well, actually my niece, but I call her my sister because she's close in age to me. And she's a principal, right? And she became a principal at 30. And so as soon as she became a principal, she was like, all right, I got to start dressing differently. She got all these pencil skirts, and I think she might have had some pleated skirts, which is probably why I have a smaller version of pleated skirts in a churchy or professional way. And I remember being like, you look old. And I felt so ashamed because she was like 31 years old, but she was a principal and she wanted to feel like she was showing up professionally. So I'm kind of the antithesis of that in a way right now because I don't want to look old, but I don't want to look like I'm trying. There's nothing worse that feels like, if I put on like a fitted cap and I put on my sneakers and I do all these things, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like a reincarnation of myself when I was younger. So I wanted to throw a sweater on just to show you like how would I really wear this lighter color pant on the weekend. And I had this necklace on earlier and it made sense and it's cool, but now I have more color. I kind of am not craving all of that. I want this to be the color that I'm looking for. And so little things like maybe I'm going to take the heel off. Maybe right now just rolling the sleeve of the sweater and I might need like a safety pin to fix it. But that'll give me like a little bit more skin. I feel relaxed. Maybe now if I put on, my Scotties, which not my Scotties, my Steps. I kind of want to put on a sneaker, but I don't know if this is a sneaker for me. But how am I going to take this into the weekend? That still looks a little older. So you're seeing me try to transition this in real time. Oh my God, guys, I need a little lotion for that. All right, so something just as small as taking my necklace in, doing this, and maybe this is a hair thing. Do I change my hairstyle on the spot to try to make this look a little different than what it looks like during the day? That's not a thing about, just I'm craving a little bit more fun. And so you see I went from like, yes, I look professional. Oh, hello, ma'am. Yeah, you are going out. Let me see. You know what I want? Amy, do you have a tie? I want to turn my Scotties into a jogger.
Excuse me?
I want to turn my hair tie.
Oh, yeah.
You have a hair tie?
Okay.
Because I really am like, I think somebody's.
It was such an aha moment for people, and I realized we don't really do that a lot anymore for people.
Oh yeah, to show them the hacks and tricks.
Often.
But you can talk about your outfit too.
Okay.
I just wanted to work through what this outfit feels like for me. I don't know.
What'd you do? How'd you do it?
I just
Yeah, that
put
was
it,
really good.
I put it on like a ponytail and then I just brushed it up.
Oh yeah.
But I just don't like, this is how I would like
Now,
make this feel. Go ahead.
if this ever cuts off your circulation,
Yeah.
because it does. Like sometimes I've been on a plane and I come out and it's like.
Oh no, you asking for it. Don't do that on the plane.
But I have cut off the top of a cheap pair of tube socks.
Yeah.
And use that because
Yeah.
it's soft and okay.
Yeah, or just use a bigger one. But so this is just a transition for me to feel like I'm getting the most range out of myself and feel a little bit like not trying too hard, but also useful,
Right.
fun. Like my personality really shines through.
Mhm.
And I changed all these things. I tucked my necklace in, I changed my hair, changed my shoe, rolled my sleeve.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think too, in terms of like understanding the why
Mhm.
and how switching things out still feel very in your wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You gave all the reasons for why you're wearing this sneaker.
Yeah, I'm running around,
Right.
but like it's not just to look young per se.
Right.
I'm running around, I'm doing stuff, and I'm not working, but I want to make this pant work.
Right.
3 different ways.
And so let's say that we're in Paris Fashion Week and
Yeah.
you're running around outside.
Mm-hmm.
That sneaker is going to be very functional, right?
Mhm.
You've got all that cobblestone, etc. Now, let's say you've got a big night out for an event at Caviar, Caspar, wherever, right? If you've got that sneaker on,
Mm-hmm.
and if you put on like a red sock with it,
Mm.
you have gone, you've
Push it.
turned it into an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've really turned it into an outfit, that's when you're deciding like, okay, I love it. It's Paris Fashion Week. Like, I'm going to just go all the way and this is connected to me. Or you're going to say, you know what? I feel like I'm trying to be someone else.
That I'm not in Paris. I mean, be someone in this place that I'm not normally.
Correct. Like you
Gotcha.
would. So I think when people say like, oh, I can't wear the red sock with the sneaker and the suit to a fancy event because it's not age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
What I would reframe it and say is,
It's not.
it's not how you dress.
Period.
Period. That's
Period.
not
Like this
your
is how I
style.
dress. So this doesn't feel weird to me
Right.
doing all these things.
So
to
if
myself.
you showed
But
up,
if I put this on, this probably wouldn't feel like me. Or yeah, I'd be distracted because this isn't really my
if you
vibe.
went the red sock and the suit and maybe a bandeau and then a sports,
Mhm.
like I'm like I see couture, right? I
Yeah.
don't see someone trying to be too young. You see couture, and that's the goal, right? Like this is what it means to dress age appropriate because what you're always going to be reframing this is you're dressing you appropriate and
You
not-
appropriate, not
Mhm,
age
exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, age appropriate again,
Mhm.
you appropriate
Yes.
because
This is weekend appropriate.
This
Going
is-
out. This
yeah.
is dinner. This is drinks. What have you?
Yeah.
It's still the same skirt that is taking me from work
right,
to going out
yeah.
to even just running around, running errands.
Exactly. So I would say that like if this was your 20-year-old you, then if I liked my legs, I don't feel like I would look not age appropriate. You know, someone wrote to me and they're like, well, at a certain age, you can't wear a mini skirt with a high heel, a high heel. And I was like, well, but at my age, 57 guys, so it's keep this out in the open, like it is what it is. Or 58, no, 57. I think what's important is when I was your age, I didn't wear a high heel with a short skirt,
Mhm.
you know, or if I did, it would have really, I remember when we moved to Florida, when I had to go to Florida for American Express, they did a like, let's dress like Florida people party.
That's fun.
I'm like, and it's really funny because it was like this one outfit that someone like Sarah, someone was like, oh my God, I love that on you. And I'm like, oh God, that was my spoon outfit. You know, living in Atlanta at the time. Okay, so let's see now how you make that for daytime casual. Okay,
What are you wearing, Amy?
so I'm wearing the black tropical wool skirt here, and it has all of these really like beautiful flaps here, and then it flaps in the back as well. It's got a zipper closure here so that you can get this on. And then it's got the trouser pocket. What I want to explain to you in sizing here, did we talk about the sizing of this last week?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, how it will spread
Yes,
open.
it was the week before.
Yeah. So you just want to make sure that you are ordering your size here,
Your
guys.
true hip size.
Your
Like
true
this.
hip size. Because when something swings out like this, you can get away with wearing a smaller size.
Right.
You can have this sit up higher, and you can see how because of the swing, it would accommodate a larger bum and a larger thigh area for what I'm wearing in the size 4. However, when you accommodate that, it's going to start to spread and spread. So you want to treat this like a wrap skirt. It will open up
Yeah.
on you if you don't get your right size. And if you're fine with it opening up and you're like, you know what, I'm just be committed to wearing like a black tie,
Mm-hmm.
then go for it. But otherwise, know that you do want to get your right size. And if you don't be like sending me a DM showing me that it's all split open.
Show me. Go like this.
Don't be like sitting in a chair and being like every time I sit down, because
Don't share and stone us now.
don't do that. What's going on here?
I was curious, right? I was like, what is this? And I feel like I'm playing dress up. I feel like I'm like Tom Hanks. And I wanted to like put on a blazer. So let's talk about like what happens.
Why
when I
this
walk in.
isn't?
But let's
Okay.
talk about what
Well,
the
first
goal
of
was.
all,
Go ahead.
okay.
I also
Anyone's instinct could be right now, I feel too mature. And I think that the reason why I would say if I put this on that I feel too mature is because if you're younger, you have an idea that older people are wearing like a lovely slack with a bright color right in your face. And
I'm wearing a blouse. It
And
feels
then
like this becomes a
it
blouse.
turns, yes.
Yeah, I wanted to be covered up. I wanted to be like professional.
Yeah,
Right, it's a
make
make-
a roll of 3 though.
Oh no, I'm not done. This is good.
Yes, for sure.
So like, let's count it off. So when I first got dressed,
Mhm.
I had on just the shirt. I was like, I'm a little cold. I want to try on the jacket that I already have because I wanted to see what the color wheel would do with this color and black, which I enjoyed. But then I put a shoe on that was covered and I was like, I crave more skin. So here is where I want to see like my toes. I want to wear the alley. Because this is not a bad thing for me, but it was the covered up that I got.
Also, I want to say one of the things that we know
Mm-hmm.
is when you are wearing a flat fabric in black
Mm-hmm.
with a Napa leather that is dark,
Mm-hmm.
you always feel more mature,
Mm-hmm.
or it plays as the one. Like that's really important. It's why it's why like if you're looking to expand the shoes in your closet,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got a black shoe, of course you're thinking about like toe shape and heel height. But what you also want to think about is the texture.
Yeah,
Because too much
Totally.
black Napa in your closet is going to
it's always going
it's
to
going to
be
drag down
gonna
the
fall
texture.
flat.
So I want to point out here that like this is feeling more in your wheelhouse, like how because like this with the grays. and-
Texturally, I like it.
Mhm.
I feel flat right now. I'm missing something, so I grabbed. And this happens in the wardrobe and in the fitting room.
Yeah.
And I reached for something, but that wasn't the something I wanted.
That was not the something.
No, I'm
But
craving.
here you're getting
It's closer,
under a stronger place.
but it's still too casual for me. So this is really this reads casual, like chill for me, and I want something that's like not as chill. That's why I added a heel. So I'll be right back. I want my Liam.
Right, but can I see something?
Yeah.
To me, with the softer pant and the color, it seems like you're just kind of going someplace.
Right, but that's
Like
that's
this
my
thing,
point.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
something's off.
Yeah, so if you're not going just someplace fun here, then it seems like you're wanting to, like here,
Mhm.
it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just hanging with my kids.
Right.
Right, and I'm just happening to do it with like a little more style than.
Right.
Then no, I meant like than others.
Oh, then you
But-
and the people, yeah.
But I didn't even say that because I'm not
but
judging.
I feel like that's the vibe when it comes to the birthday parties, and they're like, you didn't want to just wear your Patagonia, and you're like,
I'm like, no, I did not.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
very quickly here. Also, I mean, we know from a lot of you guys, like Colorado people say this all the time. Like, I live in Colorado. Everyone's wearing the Patagonia let's just call
Your
it
hair
the throat.
pontoons.
You know what it is, right? And it's not a bad thing.
Outdoor wear.
It's not a bad thing, but what is a bad thing certainly is if Miss Patagonia is judging you. That's not nice. And also what you want to do is show Miss Patagonia, not show her, but you want to not care about Mr. or Miss Patagonia. And so this is where if you were trying to not feel Colorado and you're just walking around during the day, well, if you're going to wear the heel with this, you're not going to, you're like throwing something in the face of the Coloradans, but you're not feeling good about it because you're inappropriate in the environment. You are walking in the cold of Colorado on like a dirt road, and no, you're
Right.
not wearing this.
But if you're an interior designer with clients and you're in Colorado, and you're
This is
running
what
around
I'm
like my
Exactly.
favorite Angelica.
Exactly. So it's not that it's inappropriate. It's not that you're having to debunk the way someone else's dresses. It's that you are off for the moment that you're in, and you feel off, not because you have to compromise to the moment that you're in, but like we know that like when you throw pragmatism just out the window and go all creative, you feel loose.
If that's not your,
If
right?
that's not your vibe, and it is some,
Because Sarah feels off when she goes too pragmatic.
well,
But she's always pragmatic. She's just like
it's always there. Like
Mhm.
even when Sarah is at her most
creative.
creative, there is the through line there, and
Mhm.
pragmatism is always there. It is her through line. So yeah. Okay.
This is my favorite one that we put on.
Yeah.
And it's the most like feels functional.
Mhm.
With my older age of 24, I am trying to steer away of like when I go out to do an errand or whatever, like I
Yeah.
don't want to be in workout clothes constantly. Like I
Yeah.
want to be in workout clothes when I'm working out, and that's that. And this is one of those like, this feels, I'm comfortable. I can move in it. Like I'm comfortable on the subway in this. I can grocery shop, but I still feel elevated.
Yep. And it's really key here too is, when we talk about a bifurcated life,
Mhm.
right? And I don't know at your age how much you sense this yet or not, but really a bifurcated life is when you really do separate each of the moments in your life, your playtime, what it is that you're doing at work, you get it all separated. And you think that you're separating things to give yourself a break from the others, but it is discombobulating. So much so that Apple or whoever did a whole TV show called Severance, right? Like it is very much about how disruptive it can be if you are fully, your head's in one space here and in one space of another. And we know that our head is very connected with our visuals. So if your playtime reverts to something that is wildly different than what you're wearing during the week, then that's a separation as well, not just of the head, but visually. We have 3 ways to communicate, right? Words, visuals, and actions. It's a third of the way you're communicating, if to no one else but yourself. So you will always feel off. So you being able to wear this with the hairy little boot, not a hairy boot, but a boot named Harry, the shirt, the sweater, like number one, you look like yourself. I get who you were during the week. I get who you are now. Number two, you're being incredibly smart about getting usage out of your wardrobe.
And 3, it's functional. Like I can run around in
You are
everything that I
appropriate in the
Yeah.
moment that you were in.
Absolutely.
Just going out and maybe having lunch with friends and picking up some things at the grocery store. Okay, can you show me the white shirt with that? And we're going to have a conversation about that. What's it here?
With this. Or
Yeah, remember, you look at the picture. You have to.
So someone just got here and was like, I
Something on
Yeah. I wore one of our previous collection, the white tuck shirt with the black Jalusi skirt.
Yeah.
She's like, something about it I like. And I was like, I like black and white together too when it's more designed out and it has all these details. So it wasn't just right, but it wasn't like a basic U-neck tank top with a black whatever.
And also you and I waitress for a while.
Yes, I worked at the Hard Rock Cafe. I have all my pens. Hostess with the mostest. But so when something has a little bit more design, I really, really like this sheared neck top as a more elevated white top. Like I could wear a white t-shirt, but this feels like dressy enough. And for people that were in the fitting room in Oakland, sorry, I keep saying Oakland, in San Francisco, they're like, isn't this too big? Like, it's big. It's big if you are creating like this ballooning, but even right then, it's not big. You can fold it up, but I like it as it's intended to be down, so I really can get that cocoon. And my hips are a little bit wider. Here, it's like 51. And so I just took my sculpted compact knit pants. They look like they're scrunched all the way up like a cheetah girl, but I just put the same rubber band and I created a jogger. This is where I'm curious to see, why are you distracting me? You look so good. How do you feel? Why do you feel good? So you became automatically your 9-year-old self.
Because it's giving like a little swing.
I know, but swing, I mean, you spin that little girl spinning around in circles like Noemi and her roaches.
No.
You weren't that little girl? I bust my kneecap swinging myself around in circles when I had a big...
I was swinging like a cat around. Well, no, my sister.
Oh my God.
I was such a hardcore, brutal tomboy. Like, really.
So your sister was the more feminine?
Well,
not even that you can't be, you're super.
let me just tell you, I got busted in 3rd grade because I had set up a contest on the schoolyard to see who could pull my hair the hardest without making me cry. And no one could make me cry.
What the fuck, Amy? I don't say that.
I know.
You're like, do it. No one can make me cry. So is that why you're so tough and resilient?
Well, I also got busted for lifting up all the new sodded grass in our apartment complex in Chicago when I was 7, because if you lift up sodded grass, it is filled with earthworms, and then you can pull them out and sell them to people who fish.
How many did you sell?
A ton. That's really good.
She's a human lawnmower, guys.
I'm good.
So femme, but
They did
not femme. But
see it as a lawnmower.
no, they paid a lot for that.
Yeah, exactly. Is
All
it
right.
very solid
So-
back there?
No. So Amy came out in the skirt. But what I was saying is that I feel like wearing this color on top with the white under it makes me feel a little bit fresher, not like more mature like it was before. And then having this look like a jogger still feels like it's within my wheelhouse. So I could go from white and black to tan white and black, or I could have taken, I don't know, brown or any color. But I really feel like ring 4 and ring 2, like white, kind of play the same role for me in my life.
Because it's
Hard
sharp.
work.
It's why on that color wheel it's creating sharpness.
Yeah.
And it's not, I think that's where, like for you, if you were just wanting to have a variable here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like if you take your necklace out,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
okay, right? So that's going to give it some sharpness right here. So right now you're still very sharp and clean. And then if you want to just start to adding back in softness, then like the charcoal gray here is like continuing to soften things
Mm-hmm.
up a bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's all about just tweaking, and then if you wanted to bring it back harder again, you could add in a red. So it's like, really thinking of like a tune-up, right? A valve in your closet. You're really twisting things up
Mm-hmm.
and twisting them down, but it's in the mindset of you without nothing about age appropriateness here.
Totally. This would remind me of somebody older, that throws it on like a pashmina. But if it's pragmatic for me in the fall when I need a scarf and I need
Yeah.
something warm, I totally would do.
Totally.
I agree. Okay.
You just fucking said I passed me in the Jew. Okay.
What? No! Oh my God, I didn't mean that.
I know. Okay, so you were asking Couture why I felt great in this,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason, can you put the blue skirt on with that first?
Because I could tell, I could see it in your
Yeah.
body language.
So the reason why I felt great and very much like myself
Mm-hmm.
is had I come out and like, I'm just going to create something that maybe like,
Oh,
maybe this was like purple and maybe this was like gold,
Right.
Like
Right.
more flashy, not
not greasy, but like very like pushed in all, like the elements and the colors.
right. Like it just wouldn't have been in my wheelhouse.
Mhm.
And I think why I love this when Tracy created it was she did it like it had all the detail of like the papery fabric. She took the silver grommets here And Tracy crocheted this whole thing.
I was gonna say I saw her crocheting this when she was developing it.
Yeah.
Every single piece.
She crocheted the whole thing herself.
Yep.
Then we tied all of the keys.
It's actually.
By we, I mean she did all of this technique here.
Yeah.
And so, and the idea with the tassels here was like when I'm figuring out what works for me, what I know now from lots of experiences, if I have tassels that are light and flimsy,
Mhm.
number one, they annoy me because they get all twisted up.
Mm-hmm.
But also it feels a little bit too much like a band leader or a costume that I had to wear in my dance recitals.
Jazz hands.
Crystal was pretty well satisfying. Could think it was the whole day. I still know the routine. I'll do it afterwards. So anyways, so this has the guts to it.
Mm-hmm.
The colors are my wheelhouse. We actually tried it out with
Green.
green, and I love the green.
Right, but it gave it.
I still love it. We just had to pick and choose.
Yeah.
Like, we had to pick our battles and blah, 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 and, you know. Now I did go in, and when I put this on first, I had on the cardigan with the V.
Can you bring your bum back a little bit? Because I just want to talk about where this seam. You have a seam that goes across here, but then you have the pockets, which is so you can't see it, but it's such a good. It's like a yoke. It's so good.
And the reason why this is so good, put on the brown sand, isn't that right? The reason why this is so good is these are not superfluous design details that Tracy does. If you are going to have a skirt with a super high slit, if it is going to have fringe, if it's going to have metal detailing, had she put it into a sexier design body, it would have broken the rule of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one time when, for us, when we are designing, I say like principles are principles and they're, you know, rules are made to be broken. Tracy and I really, when designs are coming together,
Mm-hmm.
we know for a fact it always feels off when it doesn't have the rule of 3. Maybe it can be like eye candy for a hot minute, but it doesn't have the longevity.
Count it for them.
So
that they-
this is, you've got the paper and you have this detailing
Mhm.
and then you've got the bit of metal in here. So those are your 3 elements. For us, doing something really just in this kind of trouser deep look, like with the angle.
That's why
pocket.
this is not a flounce per se, or like some type of ruffle, because it's adding.
Yeah,
it's
because
bar.
this was just still very clean and sharp. You know, when I do this, I'm wearing a crossover pant.
Mhm.
It's so in our wheelhouse of how we dress with this masculine femininity
Mhm.
balance. So if I had done a style that was like very pushed
Mhm.
as well,
Mhm.
then it just would have been push, 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 and you would push over the edge. And then it's not about not feeling your age. It's about wearing a style that is really out of the way you normally dress.
Quick question. So I know we're talking through Sloan's lens in a way, but for the person that's a little bit older, that's
Hold on a minute, because we're going to get to that. Yeah.
okay. Because I'm curious about this fringe.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to show you in a minute, though, what I'm going to talk to you also at your age, like what I would buy in
Mhm.
order of practicality. And so one of the things that is key to me is when you are younger, you really are wanting to be investing as smartly as
Mhm.
possible. You know, like wasted dollars might mean like no Chipotle.
I mean,
for
popcorn
$2
every day
or-
for dinner this week.
Exactly. Are you? Oh,
I like it.
you like maybe you can do something about it. No, another discussion, different time. Okay, so the reason why I wanted you to put this outfit on is this is one where earlier when you had on the shirt and the skirt and the sandal, we were
Mhm.
like, okay, I see where you're working. You're
Mhm.
working at a bank, you're working in advertising, whatever. This is an outfit that I had on in 1995.
Mhm.
And I had just signed a really large account for American Express, and the CFO was coming in, and he and I were going to go out to dinner. And I think we were also inviting maybe the CFO or something. It's some big ship at Amex was going to be coming with us. And I remember I was like, well, this is appropriate for work,
Mhm.
but I didn't feel the way I wanted to feel meeting with like the CFO. I mean, this was my account, my business, and a CFO. and I wanted to level up a little bit more. So can you go put on the skirt that we said would have leveled this up a little bit more? And so this is one, when you think about dressing your age, even in this example with American Express Me and Sloan, the way that she's dressed, it's not about looking too young. We've already established that she looks appropriate in the moment that she's in an office. She looks appropriate for work for her age, right? But we know now that there can be other circumstances that happen that make you want to not dress older, but dress more appropriate for the moment that has materialized. And in this case, it's this big CFO coming into town. So again, guys, you have to you keep drilling and drilling and drilling. I am such a believer in understanding the concept of first principles, because first principles are a beautiful way to have an argument, to have discourse with no one but yourself. But when you drill down to first principles, it gives you a very solid foundation to understand then what you're arguing for or against. So what I want to do here is show that for Sloan, this investment-wise is a great skirt because you've got, it is perfect for the office. We did this upside down, but that's okay. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. No, it's going to bother me if I. Okay, so this skirt is absolutely perfect for the office. And you've got, can you show the snap detail there? You can see that this panel can come down or up, which can change the look as well. But you're meeting with the CFO. You're not trying to do something unorthodox to get the sale. You've already got the sale. Keep that. Anyways, we're not going to go there.
Keep it buttoned.
We're not going to go there any further. Okay, so this is an age thing, Sloan, but like depending on your income level, where you are in life, and all of your activities, like this would be the one that you would want to invest in. Like, first of all, you're not wearing this skirt to that meeting. This is not appropriate for, you know, we've got you, let's say that you're at JP Morgan right now, right? This would not be appropriate for the meeting with the CFO. Not appropriate because of age, but because it's inappropriate. You're meeting with the CFO. And so even if I am a super big shot at JP Morgan, and I can get away with it, let's say I'm the CIO or whatever, I can get away with this, it's still not appropriate, right? So all these things constantly are going to keep coming down to appropriate versus not appropriate. And so for you especially, like right now,
it's appropriate, but it's sharp and it feels like there's interest to it, you know?
Yeah, you got the paper-like texture.
And we thought about not having the rings on the belt, but I kind of like, it's just like a little something.
Yeah, and I think that's where, too, when we talk about like what your adjectives are, what your modifier is, I think that the rings, when we created them, like when, I can't remember, Alana, Tracy, the team, like when this happened, it became such a, for the person who's like a little bit tougher, like Alana, it was her way to give toughness. For Sarah, it was a way to like exude creativity, you know, like these rings do different things for you. And so can I see you now with, it's a, I like the way you push this up. So you look like you went into the meeting, you started discussing the numbers, you pushed your sleeves down. I believe you. It is very appropriate. And now I want to see what you do with this to like bring it to more versatility for you. So when we talk about what it means to drill down, well, actually, you know what? Let me change my clothes. Okay. You're brown. You just beg in the comments to come.
Bring it. There's nothing wrong with being brown. Actually, no. It's good. Wearing brown. Oops. All right. So, but I will say that I am not someone that usually wears brown. It's very hard to find a good brown. Just like it's probably very hard. Whatever your skin tone is, it's usually something you gravitate away from because you don't want to look like you're naked or that you feel like flushed out or sick or whatever it is. But I do enjoy this brown. It's a very elevated brown that I actually enjoy wearing back to black. So I actually took the shirt and turned it around. You can see that I still have the colorfulness of my necklaces and my new necklace from my friend from Santa Fe. And it gives an element of like playfulness. So I feel like this is serious for me. With a heel and a pleat, it could feel a little bit more mature. But where's the white boot? Can I borrow this one? And then I'll give it back to you. So almost put it on. But I feel that I do work in a more creative environment. But even if you're in a casual environment, I think this gives an element of surprise to it. That's not the heel. Here you go, Sloan. Yeah. What are there colors that you don't gravitate towards, or that you steer away from?
I am growing to like brown. I didn't previously because I had brown hair, brown eyes, dark brown eyebrows. I just felt so brown.
But I'm Barbara from Missouri disagrees. I just can't know where she's from. I have no idea where she's from.
So I felt that way about gray too because it could fall flat. When I moved to New York, I wanted to wear all black, and I was like, I'm in New York, designers wear all black, curators and everybody that's like, it was a feeling, and then I go home and I feel like I just looked out of place, but it wasn't about being older.
Right.
And now I'm like, I feel almost younger in colors that are mixed that I usually gravitate away from.
You're so smart. And
Thank you. All right, so talk to me about what you're wearing, and I'll talk to you about what I'm wearing.
So this is the same skirt, but just this is like the version of getting a little bit more use out of it. Like in my life, I'm not working at JP Morgan. This is where I would put on. This is just the sweatshirt with.
This is the gussets?
Yes.
Yeah, gusset sleeve. This is a perfect tee, which almost feels like a sweatshirt.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it almost feels like a sweater.
It's
like
thicker than
it's guts.
And then just with the belt and is this Cuda boot?
Yes, that's the Cuda boot.
And so this feels like this is believable. This is something I truly would wear. In our office, this is completely office appropriate. But even just like, I don't know, like this is a dinner outfit to me. This still feels sharp. It still feels professional. But for us, like in a more creative environment, we don't necessarily need to be buttoned to the top.
But if you were working at any of the more creative environments that are like business casual, I would totally take you seriously. I would totally feel like you have presence,
Right.
which is what most people want when they're young, right? Like you wear a blazer to work. I feel like I can hear you clicking around. There's a rhyme behind the reason of you wearing heels and wearing blazers because there's presence that's desired, and you get it. Sweet. Oh. All right, so I was looking at myself in the blazer and I was like, it's one thing to have on a pleated skirt and a heel, but it's another thing to have on a pleated skirt, a blazer, and a heel. And I felt not uncomfortable, but I was like, I gotta pull something back. And I think it's just where I am in my current life. I don't know what my stats are. And I find that I haven't worn them. It's like, I love that I still have them. I want to pull something out that's dressing and not like a sneaker, but like this feels better for me to kind of, I told you I go to church and all that stuff, but just to run around. Hi. Talk to me. Oh, how do you feel?
I feel Paris Fashion Week me right now, right? And so we did the jacket here with the combo sleeve, and then we wanted it to not be like too fussed. So doing you like this?
I do. I like it that it's a bomber on the back. It's very the pinstripe is serious, but it's playful.
Yeah.
And it mixes all of those.
Yeah, it feels like you're wearing a vest underneath it.
Yes.
And so I would say one way that I'm dying to wear this is, where did my sandals go?
Which one? Which one?
Are my burgundy sandals? Oh, no.
Oh, these? Oh, yes.
No, my toilet paper taped ones.
Oh, okay.
So
that's not toilet paper, guys.
It's not toilet paper. What I'm going to tell you though is, we talk about trends, tropes, the why. I have really been putting higher heels in the collection. And can I just do you mind giving me the yellow?
Yeah.
Let me show you the difference when I say high. Okay. So this is the lower heel and this is the higher heel. It is really it's about 2 inches, right?
Yeah.
And so the reason why I have been putting them in the collection is not because a merchandiser told me to do it and that we should have a range, because that doesn't happen at Tibby. It is because I have been feeling for things that are a bit more elegant, right? So I love that I can wear this draped down, and mixing it with a sandal that is a higher heel makes it feel more elegant to me. When now earlier I had on this skirt that had the lining, lighter, panel,
Yep.
right? And now I'm wearing the one that is
The self same.
And this is one, like when Tracy and I were working on this, we really felt for us, the way Tracy and I dress, that when you had on the white coming out the sleeve here, I was too distracted. But I love the idea of wearing this head to toe as a suit. So in order to not be distracted by the white at the bottom, the white up here, we really wanted to offer this in 2 ways.
And also I love that it gives like a 4-inch difference for somebody that's like, oh, I'm petite, or I'm gonna wear flats and then I'm gonna wear heels. I'm craving heels too.
Listen, we've been working on spring and they're there and they feel good. And so we love it. Now I'm going to show you, I had on the skirt earlier, but this is the dress version.
Would you say this is just the same silhouette as our slip skirt or slip dress?
Yeah, I mean, this one has a neckline that we've used in some of our, like, I think the slip dresses right now are the ones that come straight across, but it's familiar. You guys, if you, whatever size you wear in the slip dresses that we have in the fundamentals is the one that you're going to wear here too.
Size to your widest measurement.
Size to your widest measurement. Yeah. Look, I've got nothing here, but this is wider here. So I got to accommodate this. But this is a 12 mower to me. So if I were like working in Milan or something in the summertime, this would fill so many.
Well, I've also seen you wear t-shirts under things and tank tops under things.
Love wearing a baby tee underneath it.
Can you turn around to show them the straps? Because for people that are like, oh, that's too low, having the option to go lower and then also raising this up when you want, or tightening it like a bra when you want more coverage or more modesty, you know, it's a good option to have.
It's a great option, and it's also one that when you get this, you guys don't do that thing where you grab something out of a package and you put it on, you're like, these have adjustable straps, so you're welcome. What that means is they're going to be adjusted to a certain level when you put it on. So if you put this on and it's sitting too high for you, take a look at it and see, do I need to adjust the strap downward? Or if you put it on and you've got like nips blazing out, sorry, Matt.
Tune in Tokyo.
Then you know you got to do what you got to do, and maybe it's your thing, or whatever. Okay, so.
Oh, I would love to see. I thought you were gonna put that on top because I feel like that's just such an Amy thing to do.
Oh, I would totally put it on top, because if I were traveling,
It becomes
especially like this becomes my way of just getting so much use out of something.
I turned the shirt that I had on around. The buttons are actually, the tag is in the back, but I love that I can get a V. I can get a higher crew. It's really good.
Yeah. So guys, we're not going to go into the drapey suiting today, but I just want to show
I'm
something.
gonna talk about it in my stories.
Up close about it, because we'll talk about it more next week.
Yeah.
But just like I said, I was craving the higher heels. I was also craving something softer in the suiting. That does not mean that Liam is going away. He is living and thriving. Like, he is a good guy. We love him. However, it meant that I wanted more options in my closet, options that I haven't had for a while. So Tracy created these jackets and the softer pant. It's very Armani-esque, late 90s. And it is giving like a lot of soft. This is the perfect ring 3 color. It's giving softness. The metals are bringing it back into a little bit of like toughness. The asymmetry is giving it interest. And this is a beautiful new suit on its own, but there's a very deep why behind why it exists, and we go into that next week. But since it just came live, I wanted you to see it. Is that green skirt live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the Leon check is now live. It was in pink previously. We talked about a pink for non-pink wears, and
oh wait, Matt, we have to show something really quick. So I'm sorry. Hey, talk about that for a minute.
all right. So I know,
Show a piece of it this home.
Catherine, I know you're out there thinking about this when clients ask me like, okay,
So is my other friend.
okay, which one? Which one do you think is me? And I was like, well, based on the tones of your hair and also how you gravitate, you're a little bit more like not masculine, but she wears androgynous things. She wears more gray. I was like, I feel like green is for you. So everybody has an option. I would love to see the people that are more playful wear pink back to like a red or the blue, not just charcoal gray. So this is really a good one. I love them both. I think I'm a Kelly Green girl for sure, but the zipper, the toughness. Tibby plaids are like none other. She's coming, she said. Yeah. Look at this, Matt. Because Matt, oh, that's too conservative. What do you think, Matt? Pick a color, any color.
I'd pull out that blue.
I have to talk about So London is happening at the end of September. And if you're new here, what we do events with our retail partners. Like we just did an event with McMullen in San Francisco, but we also have our own in-house events where we're having the LA house, the London townhouse, and this year we will be in Paddington, I believe. It will be the end of September 25th to like October 2nd-ish. Oh, hi. I love how you just run up on me like a ghost in the night.
As opposed to the ghost during the day that we're all over San Francisco at the time. Okay.
Fair.
Guys, speechless.
Guys, this is Sporty Town nylon, and it's the ribbon, but it's not like femme with like a capital F. It's like femme with like a punch in the eye.
Okay, so Tracy freaking nailed this. I am wearing the size 4. This is a straight cut. It's going to fit like those more fitted
It's tailored
skirts, right? It is, the Y is like off the charts here because you want this because it has all of that sportiness that the sporty nylon has. If this was in organza, if it was in silk, it would be very precious and it would occupy a moment in time. But right now, when you have the sporty nylon, me doing this with the sock and sandal, me wearing it with a boot, me wearing it with a flat, it's tucked in my bottom because that's what you do for a runway. Me wearing it with I would wear it with a black flip flop in the summer with a black bathing suit. Like it is.
I like that you can hear that good.
Ultimate. It's got the sound. It's got the weight. It's so stupid good. So I really wanted to put this on. We're going to go into a deeper dive next week, and I'm going to show you why I have equal emotions about the pink. And I can't wait for our friend to write in about the pink. So
I'm
going to delete her.
May I do housekeeping?
Yeah.
They told me to put this up.
Wait.
He's wearing brights with what?
You know what? I really didn't tell him to put it on. I was asking him his suggestion to wear back to this, but I'm not mad at you in this.
Pull that up.
Yeah. Oh, okay, guys. Now, do you want? This is not.
I'd have to be brave.
Only Tibbies or Tibby fans. Late night. Get out of here.
No, what I must say is that the Almost Reckless podcast with Malcolm Mitchell, who is a author. He's done some picture books. He has another one coming out in 2026. He also happened to win a Super Bowl with the New England Patriots.
No big deal, big deal.
No big deal, big deal. That episode is live on YouTube. If you go to Tibby.com and you go to the Creative Pragmatist, you'll find Almost Reckless there, and Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you listen to. It's a great episode.
It's really good.
In conversation with
Malcolm is a good guy. All right, guys.